Speaking of things going on in the world of college football, obviously NIL, one of these big factors that drives coaches to face constant concern, if you will. But some good news for Red Raiders down in Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech is set to contract out roughly $25,000 to about 100 players on the Red Raiders roster. There's also some cash headed to the walk-ons in Lubbock. Really interesting effort here from a collective down there. But Blake, you know a lot about what's going on here. Illuminate us on the situation and your viewpoint of it all.
Well, I don't know if I know a lot about what's going on, but I know that the main players involved, John Sellers and Cody Campbell, and they're from here in Fort Worth, and they have a lot of money. I mean, these guys have sold their oil company for $6.4 billion. So these guys are billionaires. They're big Texas Tech supporters. This is how you can change the game in college football, in my opinion, by throwing a lot of money into your football program for players. What they're doing, though, is not really that, in my opinion. I think the $25,000 per player is an awesome thing, and I think it's what every college should do. I think this is kind of what the NCAA was kind of hoping more of a model of when it came up with the NIL stuff, not the millions of dollars, or maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands of dollars for even high school recruits to do stuff. So it's a great thing for these kids. What I think they would be better served to spend more money on top players. I don't think you're going to get a lot of the top recruits in Texas or the country to get a Texas Tech for $25,000. I don't think that that's their intention anyway. I think that they want to be known as developers, and everyone on the team gets the equal share of the pie, which I respect totally. But I think if they were to invest that money and maybe double it and pay maybe 25 studs an extra $100,000 each, they'd probably end up getting some top recruits on campus that would probably elevate their football program quicker. So I think that's an awesome thing that they're doing. I think every single kid in the country now looks at Texas Tech and thinks, that's what we should be doing at the school I go to, because we're not getting anything close to that.
I think when I see what Texas Tech is doing, I wonder if the NCAA would have did that across the board for all kids, would we even be where we're at right now? Because I think that's all it would have took at that time to make everybody happy. I agree with Blake from the standpoint that if I was Tech, I might have took that money and used it for top kids that could really impact my program in recruiting. But you have to respect the model that they're trying to do for every kid on their football program. But I can't help but to think, could the NCAA have regained control or kept control and kept this thing from going out of whack if they just would have allowed all the players to be paid somewhere in that $25,000 amount?
Yeah, what's interesting to me also, Carl, is that they're paying the 85 scholarship players that they have, and they're paying for I believe 15 walk-on spots. So they're 100 players total. Well, there's 110 walk-ons that come to camp every year, and then depending on Title IX, they can carry up to 125 to 130 players. Well, the 10 kids that don't get paid the 25,000 that are walk-ons, I wonder how that goes over with them, because how do you decide who your top 15 walk-ons are out of the 25 that go to camp? So that'll be an interesting deal. And when you look at the money that these guys have that are billionaires, I mean, you think they would just go ahead and just pay the extra 10 guys their $25,000, but I guess that's why they're elite oil businessmen, and we're talking college football.
Maybe they can get Vince McMahon to bring a wrestling ring down there and put it on the 50-yard line and let them have a Royal Rumble, and then the last guy stand and get the money, and the guys who get thrown out early, they're going to be the 10 guys left on the outside.
Yeah, I would love to know how they evaluate who are the 10 guys that don't get the stipend are.